Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another historical battle for you today, and today we have the Battle of Dennewitz, which was fought on the 6th of September 1830 between France and the coalition forces made up of the 6th coalition, Prussia, Sweden and Russia. So we have a very much multinational battle here today. This was actually historically a defeat for the French, and it was quite a costly defeat for the French because not only was this battle fought 40 miles from Berlin, so any hopes of knocking out the Prussians from the war was soundly ended. And we've got a little Chevalier here actually routing. But yeah, not only were the hopes of knocking Prussia out of the war ended, but also the support for their the German allies that were supporting the French started to question French support, and Bavaria was the first to leave, and then the Saxons changed sides at the Battle of Leipzig, which is actually a very costly move indeed when it comes to the French hopes in Germany. But yeah, so anyway, today we are here to see whether the French can actually change history and, win the Battle of Dennewitz. Maybe, they can go on, march on, and take Berlin, and you know what? And maybe then the Germans would then be happy to continue to support the French instead of supporting the Allies. We will have to see. But Prussia is starting to appear, as are Sweden here. Seems like the Russians are over on the other side, and here we go. Prussian cavalry look like they're going to go chasing off to these gendarmes. The Cheval here. Doesn't look like this is going to be a successful chaser because these guys were already sprinting to get to places, and these are much fresher, these gendarmes. And we have two Russia South armies here because we have no 1813 corps, so we're using like 1812 corps for the French. It's basically the same. They are obviously just going to use like weaker units, I think, just to represent the 1831. So we have two Russia Souths, and then we have two Russia centers. And it looks like we're about to have a little clash over there between Russian and French cav, but that did not seem to appear. This was actually a battle between the coalition forces and Marshal Ney, because at this point in time, the Allies were implementing a strategy of not engaging Napoleon. I can't remember what they just called the plan, but they called them, they had a certain name for the plan, and the plan was basically to engage where Napoleon wasn't. Engage as marshals, but not engage Napoleon himself, because that was where the French had most chance of victory. I like this unit though. Look at this. This unit here. It's the Marines unit. That's awesome. Marines of the Royal Guard of Naples. They look awesome. I love the pink and the yellow. That is really, really nice. I'm getting distracted by fancy looking units. But yeah, so they are a good looking unit. And there we go. Looks like we're going to see some sort of engagement over here. French cav going in against Russian cav and Prussian cav here. Looks like we've got some Chevalier lances being broken there by I don't know what the Russians sent in. Looks like maybe like an Ulm unit of their own. And then we've got now we've got some more dragoons coming in, and they're going to probably rout those that Russian camp pretty quickly. You can see the cuirassiers over here. We've got some cuirassiers, Polish cuirassiers by the looks of it. And they look like they're going to scare off any Polish camp here. Prussian camp, sorry. We've got lots of lances here, and looks like we're about to see some dragoons go in again, fighting the French dragoons. So there you go. That's a pretty even fight. Looks like France is going to lose though. And then we've got the Polish lancers coming in. They are then routing the Russians. Oh my gosh, big cavalry fights going on here. Prussians then coming in. They may get routed there. I don't know. Hard to say. No, the French get routed. They really want to get these cuirassiers in here by the looks of it. They're actually going to get engaged by some lancers here. And that was not a fight that the Russians could win there. And the Poles did in fact rout themselves. There's a lot of cavalry fighting going on here. I'd say that neither side really came out on top of that one. Both sides lost a fairly decent amount of cav. See whose cav returns. Would be interesting. But there you go. So first sort of cavalry fight taking place there. I haven't seen too many cuirassier units to be fair. So that one that the French have over there, maybe one of the only few heavy cavs that they have. Certainly is a lot of dragoons and chevaliers, to be fair. At this point in the war, that is kind of the common theme. There is a lot of light troops. I mean, there is still also quite a lot of cuirassiers. Certainly like Leipzig does quite a lot. But certainly not too many here. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Lots of Saxon units. I think most of the these southern Russian units are made up of Saxons. There are Poles as well in here, but most of them are made of Saxons, as it's representing like the Saxon contingent that was quite prevalent at this point in the war. And they also have like Rainier, I believe. I don't know if it's this corps. I think it might be the other one. Let me just check. Where is the gen? Actually, I think it is this corps here. If I can find the general, it is actually Rainier, who was like in command of all the Saxons, or he had a large contingent. There he is. He was at Leipzig. He had a lot of Saxons under his command. He did have some French as well, but he had mainly Saxons. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, that seems like the first little engagement underway there. I am going to fast forward just for the sake of the video. I mean, we don't know. I'm not entirely sure how long Dennewitz is this battle, but I believe that the Allies have to take Dennewitz. Which I presume is this village here that is being defended by the two armies here. So I think that is what the intention was of the Allies. They had to do that, but as you can see, Russians starting to appear over here now, en masse. You can see all the cavalry bodies. Might be in range, you know. These Poles might be in range. What are these? These Vistula Legion. They may be in range. I'm not sure. We've got some Werdenberg troops here actually as well. And they did have a fairly decent German command under him. We got some Italian Legere here as well. But yeah, I do believe that the French are on the defensive in this one. Are we going to see some Legere fire? No, maybe not. But we are going to see French infantry firing over here as the cavalry. Oh, look at that Prussian cav desperately trying to go after these 8-pounders here. But that would have been just decisive. Yeah, so basically the coalition have just got like 70 minutes to break the French, and they don't actually have to take Dennewitz, it's just to destroy the French. So yeah, the French kind of on the defensive. They don't have to be aggressive in this one. They are the ones being attacked. What do we got here? We just got lots of lines of Russian infantry pushing forward here. Looking glorious. Got some like lighter infantry here as well. I mean, Russian infantry is not too shabby at this point in the war. Still certainly better than a bayonet charge. I also imagine the French having to use like a lot of, well, there's like light infantry here. I don't know if these are provisional units or not. But I'm sure they're using like lesser infantry because at this point like the army is made up of majority like Marie Louises and various other like weaker troops. The cream of the crop died in Russia. The Grand Army is gone. Now it's left with a shell. Oh, we've got some Grenadiers of the Line here, though. One of my favourite looking units in the game. What else have we got here? There's some Chasseurs. And these are like Chasseurs of the Guard, I believe. So they've got some pretty good units here, you know. Not entirely, you know, terrible. Do you know what? This army actually seems like it's made up of a lot of good stuff. We've got Grenadiers of the Guard there, like the Italian Guard. You know what? Maybe they don't have terrible units, the French, when it comes to infantry. Yeah, it seems like the French have basically pretty decent infantry. I'm not so sure if they've got armies made up of conscripts just yet. Maybe they have got some pretty decent units. They've certainly got a lot of decent Poles. The Vistula Legion are good, from what I remember. And I mean, the Guard units are not going to be shabby either. So yeah, I am expecting some pretty decent line battles here. I don't see the French crumbling just too early. But it seems like the Russians are trying to get around the flank here. You can see with their infantry trying to get around the flank, trying to outposition French. I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad position to be in, I guess. But, I mean, they're obviously asking to be charged as well by French cavalry here. But the French cavalry's not interested. It's actually going to retreat. It seems like, so many Russians. So many Russians. I guess they kind of want to get around, maybe try and get down the road to get to this village. Try and battle for the village. They're not interested. And also, I guess if they fight here, then they believe they could get two teams by this second French army. But there must be another, like, Russian army out here. I imagine it's 2 Russian, 1 Prussian, and a Swede, but I may be wrong. Let me check. Well, actually, no, it might be 2 Prussian, you know. Because, yeah, I think there's a Russian general there, there's a Prussian general there. I imagine there's a Prussian general over here and a Swede, yeah. So that we actually have 2 Prussian and 1 Russian. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So there's another Prussian army to arrive that's probably going to have to face this French army. This is the French army I would not want to face. That one over there, that looks okay. Russia might do quite fine with that. But it doesn't seem like it's made up of elites and stuff like that. Lots of line. I mean, there are some. There are some of these Velitates carabiniers. They have got some Visual Legions as well. Oh, they look so good. The Poles, the glorious Poles, and they got some Vedenberg troops. They're not going to be that great. Yeah, seems like the Allies taking their time, getting ready, pushing up. We'll just fast forward a little bit more while we wait. But if you're enjoying seeing NTW 3 on the channel and would like to see some more, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. As always, it's very much appreciated. And also, if you want to get involved in some of these historical battles, if you're like, you know what, I want to get involved in. Oh, someone's lost a general. Who just got sniped? Who lost their general? Carl Funk. He just lost a general. Oh my gosh. So this French army just had a general sniped out. That is unfortunate. Literally the first two guys that get killed in this unit is the general and some other unfortunate guy. So, well, this like army south here, this Russia south here is now without an army, without a general. The Swedes here ran into some French units hiding in the forest over here. Very sneaky. What they got over here? They got some provisional units. And they've actually got, this is an artillery piece as well. They got an artillery piece, a 6-pounder here set up. This is really nice. Little sneaky position. You need to be careful. They're just going to shoot their own infantry here, though. Look at this. This is going to be painful. Let's watch this happen. This is just a mistake happen. But that's unfortunate there for Clarky Boy. He lost his general very, very early on there. Oh no, he's going to turn just. Lucky guy in the end there. Lucky Pierre. He's going to survive. He's not going to get his arm blown off. Got grazed. Oh my gosh, you're alright, Pierre. Get up. You'll be fine. Be careful next time, artillery crew. Pierre's life matters. But yeah, no, it seems like France has got like a little sneaky force over there, which is not a bad idea actually, because that might just fool the French into thinking, you know what, this is a French army in here. There's a French army in this forest waiting for us. We need to send a considerable force over here. And that, like I said, time is against the Allies. Like, the French just have to survive for 70 minutes. They don't have to win. They just have to survive. And that's apparently a victory for them. Prussia now appearing out of the gloom. And he looks like he's going to be facing the French here. The French defending this road. It's not a bad idea. It allows you to just, you know, operate up and down it quite quickly. We have some skirmishers now skirmishing with the French as the Vistula Legion move forward. Come on, boys. For Poland. Oh, what have we got here? We've got like a Trillier unit. This is a guard unit as well. Look at those fancy old uniforms. Still a volley. Or maybe not. Let's just have like... Let's have no volleys apparently Trilliers. Only the Poles are allowed to fire apparently. What have we got over here? Probably Landwehr. A lot of Landwehr. Landwehr, though it's like pretty crappy infantry, on mass like this can be very, very useful. Like it takes you a long time to get through them. And they are they mixed in with other units?
Our men are running, sir.
I don't know. Oh, we got a carry fight over here. So it seems like the French and the Russians have had another clash on this far left flank here. Both sides losing this, and the Pole and the not the Poles. The French here have lost their just a dragoon unit. They haven't lost their like cuirassier unit yet. They've still got this alive and kicking. And it looks like the French are getting ready to clash with Russian infantry. This might be the first line battle we're about to see. Well, they are kind of like they're sort of firing out over here as well. It just seems like skirmishes at the moment though. Oh no! There we go. Landwehr opening up. This, I guess, is the first like, proper battle. The first line battle, anyway. Prussia is the first to engage, and the French are more than willing to respond. There you go, opening up. I mean, these Landwehr take a long time to kill because there are so many of them. So, like, it takes a long time to break through. And you'll beat them probably with most infantry, but they just take a long time to break through because there's so many of them. It's like fighting like Orc Rabble or something like that. Actually, that's not exact. Orc Rabble breaks so quickly. I actually can't think of an example. You know what? I can't think of an example. Dragoons, though, are back. That's good. The French are going to need those Dragoons back. And now they're actually in behind because where they broke, they're in behind the Russian infantry here. And also the Prussians have got cavalry all the way in the back here. This could be dangerous. Can't leave like any like sort of generals back here. Looks like we've got... Oh, we've got a guard unit here. This is like a... I don't know, Baden? Sort of like... I don't know what... Guard AP... I don't know what part of like the Empire this is from. But it looks like a German guard unit. It's cool. That's been sent forward to deal. So there's actually a lot of dead cavalry back here. What the heck happened here? This looks like it's the Chevalier unit from the Army South that died. Like one of these units here, like Saxon Chevaliers died fighting some Prussians back there by the looks of it. And another Prussian army has arrived here. They're going to get chunks taken out. There's a good position here by this the two Army Souths by the looks of it. They look like they're just going to take on like the Swedes and the Prussians on that hill, and they're going to die on that hill. And here we go, we've got some like provisional cavalry here, some provisional chasseurs. They're going to get charged, looks like, by some Uhlans here, and they are not winning that fight. It's a 2v1. Even if they were decent cavalry, they would not stand a chance, but this is provisional cavalry, and they're getting the heck out of there, retreating behind their infantry lines. Prussians with lots of cav over here, actually. Lots and lots of cav. And here we go, Russia and France now dueling in their line battle here. Fight hard, men! For the Emperor! Vive l'Empereur! Well, on the other side, they're also shouting for their Emperor. But there, look at that, the Dragoons got a good rear charge. And the Russians are getting shot from one side and being charged on the other. That is brutal. Surely, like, now would be the time to charge these units with infantry. Charge them with the French infantry. Break them. I mean, they're breaking them anyway. But still, break them. And the Russians are actually charging in. They're going to go for a bayonet charge. Here, this could be pretty brutal. This is onto German infantry. Really good volley right before they charge in. And they break on impact. Really good volley there. And look at that, a mass rout by the Russians. That is huge. Really, really early on. And the French are going to come in, and they need to, like, their cavalry needs to come in and rout some of these units, make sure they break properly. Like, I know it's farming kills, but you want to make sure these units, like, break properly.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Really, really good. Well done there. And the Prussians have gone in. They've taken out, it looks like a French gun. That's pretty unfortunate, but I'm sure, like, that's a big win there for the French. Taking out a lot of Russian infantry really, really quickly. Got some Prussians breaking here. Looks like some, I don't know, this might be a Lambert unit. I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe like a reserve infantry. And here we go. Big cavalry fight over here as well. Prussians going in against French dragoons. And looks like, I mean, yeah, it looks like the Prussians won that fight. It was quite costly. They did lose 2 units. They might return. But they're now also in behind the French lines, you can see here. And they formed square of these grenadiers line, but actually, most of these French can form square. They're kind of lucky in that regard. But I imagine they're going to go after the guns. Or they're going to go into the backs of some of these units. These can all form square as well. And this is not good. This looks like a little, like, alone unit here. This is causing all sorts of havoc, but most of these units can form square, so they're not really in trouble. But they are going to try and form square here, protect the guns. And now it's kind of in trouble. This unit is just kind of like stuck behind like enemy lines and in a position where it does not want to be because all these units can form square. The French actually did a bayonet charge. I didn't see this, but they went into the infantry lines. Kind of brave there. I don't know if that was really the smartest idea, just sending one lone unit, but they did it. That's probably going to break. Yeah, they just, this Prussian here just needs to get out of here. They're just getting shot, man. No, they're waiting for the guns? I'm not really sure what they're waiting for. Anyway, over here. Oh boy, look at this. Look at this. The Swedes have arrived. Let's have a look at their units. I didn't often see the Swedes. The Swedes have arrived. They are here to party. There's a long, long line of Swedes. And I mean, then the Prussians as well. There's a long, long line of French as well. Goes all the way around here. Oh, Dennewitz is on fire. Oh dear. Not so good. Hopefully there's no one in there. They've got such a good position with their guns. Look at this. Let's get a volley from up here, boys. see the lines down below. It looks awesome. It really does. And I mean, it's just going to be a war of attrition. Who breaks through first here? Don't even know if they really hit anything. But I mean, yeah, it's going to be like a war of attrition, I guess. The French kind of may have a disadvantage because they have troops back here. They're having to leave troops at the back to make sure that, like, if any flanking force comes around, they can retaliate. But it's like, what have they left back here? Just like some Saxon infantry. Okay, nothing too special. Got the Marines, the guard on the flank here. I guess not a bad idea. But yeah, no. I mean, it's just gonna be rough. I mean, rough for the French anyway. I mean, Cav around the back for the Allies might be a way to break through, but they have plenty of infantry here as well. It is a tough start, but there you go. And you can see, looks like Russia's already on the retreat on this side. Russia's had a rough start for sure. They had a brutal start. It looks like Prussian Cav having to come over to support. But already, yeah, the French on the offensive there, actually, you could argue. And they're also kind of being quite aggressive over here, pushing forward. They lost their guns, though. 6-pounders. Well, actually, no, they didn't lose them. They just unlimbered. And they decided that they're just going to stay here. They kind of, I guess, feared the Cav. I guess they're not going to have to worry about moving too much further forward, to be honest. This is probably where the line's going to fight. And we've got Trilliers and the Vistula Legion here battling on. Looks like they're doing a decent amount of damage. Decent amount of damage to these Prussian landwehr, but, I mean, there's endless hordes of them. Endless hordes. Reload, men! I mean, these are like a good unit. It might be a guard unit or something for Prussia. I mean, they've got fancy white sort of, I don't know what you want to call that plume on their head. This looks pretty fancy. It might be a guard unit. They might be able to hold. But it seems like a lot of landwehr. A lot of landwehr. But anyway, back over to this side. This is where most of the action's going. Oh, we've already got French units sort of wavering. What's this? This is the Marines of the Guard. They break. They go for a push or something. We've got a provisional unit here that's kind of like struggling. And we've got Chevaliers pushing up. And they're going to go in by the looks of it. Yeah, they're trying to see what can form square for the Swedes. This unit can, and it will repulse them. I think most of the Swedish units can form square, to be honest. I think most of them are pretty good at doing that. But as you can see here, we got the Saxons are going to be probably the weak points. Where you're going to break through is the Allies. It's where you want to target. You don't want to target where the French units are, or the Poles are. You want to attack where the Saxons, the German units are. So it's whether they are aware of what is Saxon, like the opposing players, they are aware what is Saxon and what is French. That is where you want to break through. That is what's weakest. You want to break the Allies down. And we got like a little skirm. Oh, we got a few reserves back here that are just appearing. They're trying to protect this flank as the Chevaliers of Saxony come around. Gonna put a few volleys into them here, probably. Go on, boys, put a few volleys in. Oh, the Marines rallied. They're now back towards the front line. Or maybe not. They're not gonna fire. Also, the units out of the forest could probably start to push. If I was them, I would certainly be pushing now. I mean, yeah, they're going to be needed. There's also a gun in here. This gun needs to move. It needs to move. They've shot too many of their own men. Look at this. Pierre's probably dead down here. F for him. But yeah, just a brutal. It's nothing like too amazing, like amazing going on. Though we have got Prussian cav charging French infantry here. This is not good, and this French infantry can't form square. Really good charge here by the Prussians. Next one is forming square. I don't know. They might just charge the cav, try and save their infantry. But yeah, the French actually kind of held that. And there is, you see the French are trying to flank it behind. The Prussians have infantry in reserve ready to go. Also, again, some pretty decent Prussian infantry, and maybe some guards or just proper line infantry. So that's where the line infantry's been put, and then the Prussians did go for a second charge and did break that unit. Really well done there by the Prussians. Russia, yeah, very much on the retreat. Russia is, I mean, Russia's army looks like it was particularly quite small. There's a lot retreating in here. I think it's all gone, and we've got some like hussars in here. I think they're just trying to make sure they're all gone, but they might just go over the red line. They are very close to the red line now. Anything that breaks here is probably gone for good. Like these Russians here, they're quite a healthy unit. They look like they'll go before they return. The general here also getting shot at. It's a 3v3. I mean, I'm also getting shelled by artillery. I don't know. These are German infantry. I don't know. They have a chance, maybe the Russians, but like the French are putting some good volleys into them. Oh, these are Visceral Legion. Actually, maybe not. Maybe a bayonet charge would be better. Actually, yeah, here you go. As I say it, the Russians go for a bayonet charge. Oh, brutal volleys, really, like knocking him down like 20 or so men. And there you go. The officer fired his pistol, and that broke that unit. This unit did get in amongst the Germans, but I still think will be broken. And that's kind of, it looks like Russia's out of the game. Looks like Russia might be out of the game. A couple of volleys to see them off. This general is very, very close to the front line. He is, well, he's on the front line now. Russia looks like he's out. Unless Russia's got stuff scattered elsewhere, he is out. No, it looks like he's dead because he's killing his general and he's about to die. And there you go. Broken, killed. So that's the French army. It's basically freed up. And here we go. Look at this. Got the cuirassiers going in amongst the Prussian cav. Sorry, not the Polish cav. They both begin with P. Don't get too excited. Mix them up. But yeah, there you go. Prussians dead, broken, 2 units gone. Like that. This cuirassier unit is brutal. 35 men left. It's going to do great work. But yeah, I mean, it seems like the French have been pushed back. A few losses that have pushed them back. But I mean, they've got more fresh infantry now to come over. This Prussian army is in a little bit of trouble. Though it seems like, I don't know, it seems like the Allies might be doing quite well over here. They're doing the more damage. I mean, these this provisional unit here is nearly dead. It is nearly dead. What's broken over there? Oh, the Chevalier is broke. Oh, shame. And here we go. We've got French cav rushing through the center. Look like he's going to try and go for guns. The Swedes have got their guns very much defended by infantry here. They're turning their guns around. Look like they... Oh, here we go. They're going to try and charge the square and take the gun. And they're killing some of the crew, but I don't know if they'll do too much damage. They actually charge. They did break them, but they did actually charge the cavalry. Kind of bold. And here we go. We've got some Polish infantry. They're going to rush forward. They're going to try and take the guns. They'll probably break on impact. Yeah, they broke on impact. They were pretty low. Oh, jeez, there's a lot of infantry. Look, a big hole now opening up here in the center. It's a bold charge by the French, and it's actually cost them a decent amount of infantry. You're gonna have to shift some of this infantry here. We've got some more Poles, and it looks like some Saxons. They're gonna have to fill this hole up here. But this right flank here, defending Dennewitz, is looking really shaky. Where the Swedes are, especially, really, really nasty. And there are holes opening up elsewhere as well. Seems like the Poles and the Saxons just not able to duel with these Swedish units. They are having a brutal time there. Saxons as well. You can see the bodies starting to pile up. Prussia looks like he's pushing forward as well. He's coming back for round 2. What's he facing? He's facing like... I have no idea what this is. Like a German line infantry unit. It's like dressed in French uniforms by the looks of it. I have no idea what the unit that is. Someone can tell me, I'm sure. Got more like Saxons over here. They're firing away. Killing their own German kinsmen. Oh boy. I mean, they actually kind of look pretty elite to these guys. These look like might be a pretty decent line infantry. No Landwehr in this Prussian army. But they've got to hurry up because, I mean, this Prussian army over here looks like he's going to get 2v1'd. He's got to hold. Looks like the French being the aggressors, and they are going to be brutal. They are going to be giving no mercy to this Prussian army. They need to get over and support their French allies, which are really having a hard time now against the Swedes. You can see Prussian infantry being shifted back. They've got to defend the rear. It means it's a hole in the line here. And the French push forward, they've seen this hole. And they can just fire onto the flanks of these units here. Yeah, the Prussians have to retreat. They might have to retreat to this village. They can just scare this little French unit of French cuirassier off. They can retreat to the village and just entrench themselves in there. And hope that the Prussians and the Swedes over here can defeat these this French army. But a big push over here again by the French. Seeing the guard unit go in. They got broken by the Swedish infantry. And the Marines are back. They're still there. And the Swedes going in. Routing this provisional unit, you imagine. Yep, that went pretty quickly. And like that little force in here is all gone. That gun is now very much isolated, I think. Oh no, it has still got some infantry defending it, but again, it's just provisional infantry. And this flank over here that's just kind of like appeared for the French, it's already on the retreat. It's not even engaged yet. Pressure on the retreat again, though. He seems like he's not happy with the odds. Not happy with the odds. He's having a retreat. I mean, he's got half his army, like, over here as well. He needs to just kind of, like, I don't know, maybe, like, try and break through this point here. This is where I want to break through. There is, like, some skirmishes here, and also this unit's breaking. But, I mean, this is also, like, this is where, like, I don't know, like, the two units aren't looking the same way. You could almost, like, fire across and hit the unit in the flank. It's, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but that's certainly, like, the point is always kind of, I find, the weakest point. The Saxons fighting on hard for a cause they don't truly believe in. They're losing hope for their overlord Napoleon. I mean, I say that if you're seeing what the overlord Napoleon's armies are doing over here, they're doing bloody well. Prussia is in a real tricky spot. Marshal Ney is doing a very good job. But yeah, no, I mean, it seems like, oh, I mean, look at this flank. This is the brutal bit. They can't even get back to this village now, the Prussians. They're surrounded. It's probably GG for this Prussian army. I mean, we just zoom over the map, look, it's almost encircled. There's something of like 1805 sort of like levels of French expertise here. Surrounding, killing, or capturing entire armies. Really well done by the French here. I mean, it's what, just a few like skirmishes, and then like this flank here is into the general. And I mean, it's then a race against time for the Prussians and the Swedes to beat these armies over there before these French armies arrive. I mean, the dragoons going in here, just breaking. Looks like some like little skirmisher unit. And we've got the cuirassiers coming in, they're flying on into the side of this Lande. Almost like cuirassiers, chevalets. Breaking them. We'll go into the next one, probably break that. Don't know what happened to the cuirassiers, they're probably dead. Probably dead. What's being kept in reserve over there? Just, oh, like just a line infantry unit. Yep, seems like Prussia here is dead, very much dead. I mean, are we going to see a bold charge here by the Prussian general going in? I mean, in history it's von Bülow. I don't know if we have von Bülow here today. But there you go, he's broken, and then that is going to be the Prussian army gone and dealt with. And well done to this French army. or these French armies. They've done an exceptional job. I mean, they routed the Russians really quickly, and then, I mean, and then they've got on and taken on the Prussians on a 2v1, encircled them. I mean, they're going to gun down so many here. Breaking and, well, there's none that are rallied now. That is brutal. Anyway, back over on this side. Big push here seems by Sweden. Sweden has pushed up. He has gone in with cavalry. He is routing Saxon units and Saxon guns. It's a big push. And yeah, those French armies are going to be needed because this is not going so well over here. Saxony is kind of struggling. Like that. We'll call them the Saxons because it is mainly the Saxons. There are French troops here as well. They're provisional troops. They're not going to be too great. Sweden and Prussia are doing a very good job. I mean, there was a solid line of French infantry, well, like French and Allied infantry here. And now there's not. It's gone. Sweden's kind of just pushed it aside. Seems like they're defending this hill, still holding this hill, but only just. Gun up here, still holding. Some German gun from somewhere, probably from Saxony. Oh, you want to get out of the way, son, yeah. Fire! Into the Swedes, they're straight ahead of us, boys. Gonna be a hole. I mean, I feel like it was canister. I don't know. Might have been, might not have been. I feel like a miss, whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, the Swedes can nearly push in and take this village here, and I mean, they're dueling with the French here, these provisional units. No match, the Swedes. So that one's just broken, just marching there. It's marched up, broken, and then it's running away again. So I mean, yeah, you could say that this. I wouldn't say these French armies are defeated yet, because this is still a considerable force, but I don't think they're going to beat them. They've got to just hold quickly enough. Like, these French armies over here have got to rush over. Like, are they running? No, they are. They are walking. I guess they're not that eager to get over there and save their allies. Maybe they've heard rumor about the Saxons thinking about changing sides. They're like, you know what? Let them change sides. We'll kill them anyway. More enemies for us to kill.
We have killed their general.
General has been killed though. That'll be. Oh, that is in fact the Prussian general dead, killed by some Italian legate. Poor guy. But anyway, yeah, it seems like the guns setting up again. Once again, finds the Prussians. Keep doing what you're doing, boys. You've got them running. Fire! Oh, that's a nice shot right into the middle of this poor unit here. Probably like Prussian Fusiliers. They are pushing up this hill now. It's kind of the end game for this French army. They've just got to hold quickly. I mean, what, the French are like a few minutes away probably. I don't know if they have a few minutes though. Like one concentrated push by the Swedes and they might break. I mean, they're already breaking here by looking at Poles and not looking great. I love like the Swedish uniforms. They're like got top hats on. They go to war in a top hat. I love it. Seems like a very British thing to do, to be honest. And the French pushing down the hill again. Saxons charging. Gonna be a good volley here, maybe. Just a volley chart, like hit them. Yeah, good shot. Good volley. That'll break them. Don't know why the Saxons are doing that. Not really the smartest idea. They need every man they can get to hold the line right now, and hold until these French get here. But yeah, everything over here is really gone. They've got like sneaking some stuff back into the village. Actually phasing through buildings. What is this witchcraft? The Saxons, witch is confirmed. Oh, this provisional uniform square though, that's actually, I guess it is kind of, you know, kitted out in uniform. It's a little bit more elite, I guess. Look at that one. The Saxons here, they're fighting on hard, I'll give them that. I'll give them that, they are fighting on hard. dying, but they're fighting on hard. Look at that, we can see inside, we can see their brains. See the brains of the Saxons. And it says their brain, they're reading their minds, so the French, and it says, we want to change sides. We hate getting shot by our own kinsmen. Get this gun firing. Load it up. Are they moving down the hill again? Don't know if you really have the men to do this, France. I really don't think you have the facilities to be making offensives. Well, watch this gunfire. Go on. Load the gun. I love watching cannons fire. I don't know why. Oh, I have seen no back here, though. I have seen there's French cav in the back here. I mean, this is already routing with this unit. There's dragoons back there. I guess we won't see that gunfire, but it's alright. And we've got more French charging. And this is like a Polish unit actually charged in. This might do okay, you know, they didn't get a volley off. The Poles are pretty ferocious fighters. They're breaking them. Look at this, morale is gone. Look at the next unit. Is this the start of a little counter-offensive? Morale's dropping. But the Poles are making some moves here. What have we got coming over? Another little like line infantry unit. So I keep hitting this unit. It's broken. There you go. Swedes making a little push. And they've broken another one. The French turning this around a little bit. Swedes also now battling for this village. Look at this long column of Swedes. What's going on there? And the Poles finally stopped by a 4th unit of Swedish infantry. Took a lot, but they did eventually stop them. And look at this. Got the little dragoon unit in behind. It's going after the Prussian general here. This is the other Prussian general. This is of the Prussian army here. And look at this. The Prussians are going to get sandwiched in behind by the returning armies of the center here. Oh boy, the Prussians are in trouble. But they are about to just take the hill. Like, it's so close. They're so close to victory here. But they are... oh boy, they are like angered a giant here. This is a huge, huge French army. That's pretty healthy. Like, some of these units are healthy. 151 out of 156, 120. Like, there are some healthy units here. And there's guards here. Like, this thing, there's guard units in this French army. And like Vistula Legion. Oh, I'd be scared if I was the Prussians and the Swedes. Hold, Saxons, hold. You must hold. The French are close, and the Swedes are trying some rash stuff, like going into combat. I believe the Swedes aren't that great in combat. They're a bit better in a line battle now. But yeah, they went in. They went in against one of the factions that's pretty good in combat, and that is France. And you can see here Prussia turning around, preparing to face the horde of French coming. Oh boy, I would not want to be in this line of infantry. I'm like, oh good God, what are we gonna face? The French are just push up the hill. They got grenadiers as a line. They just push in, bayonet charge them. But they can't. I mean, you got to go up a hill anyway. They're just going to go around them. They're not even interested. They just want to try and support their French ally. Kind of cost them a little bit. Like, I mean, they're taking some casualties here. Just go in, I'd say. Bayonets at the ready. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, the Prussians, what they got, like 7, 8 units against, well, at least 20. At least 20. And the Swedes have been actually routed from over here. Sweden looked like he's doing such a good job. And then he, like, that one Polish unit broke 4 units. And then he went charging on in here into the village. Cost them another 3. Really, really unfortunate. Like, I feel like they just ran out of steam. They just ran out of steam. They needed their allies to do a little bit better. Even if they still lost, like, they needed them to rout more, because this is just a huge French army they've now got to take on. They've taken on 2. I mean, you could argue they defeat their 2. They've got, well, these have got, like, little shreds of armies left. But yeah, they've got now to face another 2, which are relatively fresh and unhurt. Italian guards here. Gonna get ready, put a volley in. The Italians are not questioning Napoleon's authority, though. They love their emperor. See here, though, the Prussians still retreating, and the French have now been able to link up with their other French armies. And now you can see the Swedes and the Prussians on the run. They need some cav to the French just to slow them down, just to, you know, keep them in check. They are also just putting volleys in the back of these retreating Prussians. It's doing a lot of damage. Breaking units here and there. But there you go. It seems like that's going to be the Battle of Dennewitz almost. It seems like that is going to be the outcome. I can't see the Allies turn this one around. It does in fact seem as though the French are going to change history. They are going to win here. And I mean, I'm kind of happy for that. It's nice to see a change in history. It's nice to see, like, a different side win the battle. It's always a bit annoying sometimes when you do these historical battles and you're like, well, we're going to see, like, Britain beat France again, or, like, France beat Austria. But it's, yeah, it's nice to see a different outcome. And, yeah, this is a really, really good battle. Honestly, I don't know, maybe Russia certainly threw away his army, I think, a little bit, maybe. Nothing on the Russian player. I think he just kind of got out-positioned, out-maneuvered. And then that put it a really tough position on the Prussian army. It seemed like the Russian army as well was particularly small. Like, for infantry, like, Russia usually brings hordes. It seemed like it was particularly small. Maybe that build wasn't really right for Prussia. For Russia, sorry. Like, if they brought maybe more infantry, it would have certainly pinned down the French. Like, the French infantry, some of it was not great. Like, Russia and, like, Prussia could have probably certainly done a lot more damage if they wanted to. So maybe the Guard army was going to be difficult to take out, but the other one that Russia was facing didn't seem to have anything too fancy. It had a few, like, units here and there, but the majority definitely could have been taken out. Anyway, we're going to see a charge here for some provisional infantry. They actually went in, and they're going to break the Swedes, so they easily could have broken themselves. And here we go. It looks like this is going to be the last stand of the Allies. They're going to make a stand here. Swedes and Prussians side by side. It's a beautiful sight. And I don't know why I have the Halo music in my head now. Don't know why that's making me... I don't know, like, this last stand makes me think of the Halo music. Like, I don't know why. But there you go. What have we got in here? We've got more Visceral Legions. And Visceral Legion's been MVP, I think, in my opinion. They've done really, really well. Barely taken any casualties. Sweden is gone. It looks like Prussia is not far behind. He's got his general and, what, 3 units of infantry. The Swedes have got, like, 1 unit line. That is about it. I'm just going to fast forward now. Because Prussia is, well, prolonging his life. We'll put it like that. His morale is not much. Oh, the Chevalier Lancer here just getting butchered by both sides. Friend and foe just shot it, and I mean they have broken a few units here. That's good, and that's broken. And then we're going to see the general break here. He's going to charge in and break instantly like that, and that is going to be the Battle of Dennewitz. Once this Swedish unit here just decides to actually, you know, break properly. That is the Battle of Dennewitz. France has won. Berlin will now be captured, and Prussia may actually go out of the war. You never know. Oh, it's not even a. It's just a artillery crew. It's not even a skirmish unit. But yeah. This could change. That would change the outcome of the 1813 campaign. Napoleon may actually have been able to change the outcome of the war. But yeah, there you go. That is the end of the battle. So this was sent in by Johnny Le Buffoon, who was playing as one of the Russian center armies. He was joined by Duke, who was playing as the other one. They did very, very well taking on Prussia and Russia there, clearing them up pretty quickly. Clarky Boy, even though he lost his army, lost his general very early on, managed to still get over 1,000 kills. Getting 1,100 kills with his Russia Army South, and Angry Peasant getting over 1,000 as well with his. Both taking considerable losses though in comparison to the other 2 French armies. Sniper Smith UK playing as one of the Prussian armies, just getting shy of 1,000 kills, taking over 2,000 losses. Jeez, I think he might have been the encircled army. by looks of it. And then we have S3 playing as the Swedish army. He got 1,400 kills, got by far and away the most kills, did really, really well there. Nash, who's playing as Russia, kind of surprised he was, Russia got, like, Nash got such few kills. He's a really, really good player. Getting only 260 kills is kind of unfortunate. Bringing a pretty small army though for Russia, bringing the smallest allied army, and only 1,600 men as I thought. Don playing as the other like Prussian army, getting just shy of 1,000 kills as well. Did a pretty good job. Managed to just take his hill, and then like the reinforcing French armies arrived to finish him off. But yeah, we'll quickly look at some of these kills. We've got the Vicious Legion here getting 260 kills, did really well. Wittenberg infantry 198. Like the Polish cuirassiers getting 120 kills. Like some really good kills here for some infantry. But yeah, there you go. There are the kills if you want to have a look at them. And yeah, that is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're not here, and a comment to show your support. Don't forget to join the Discord as well. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when the next historical battle is out. And until next time, I will see you in the next one.